A pleasant morning, everyone. I welcome you all to the day one of the International Conference on Contemporary Researchers in Engineering, Science, Management and Arts, ICCRESMA 2024, created and powered by Center for Research and Training, National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. As we march forward towards our academic and professional endeavors with great hopes and aspirations, let us invoke the blessings of Almighty in this auspicious occasion to be highly successful in all our ventures. I now request the elite gathering to rise for the prayer song. Thank you, everyone. As per the quote of founder and chairman NFED, the greatness of any research work is only through its wider applicability. In adherence to this proverb, NFED has been into its efficacious journey for more than 20 years. The prime objective of NFED is to create the entrepreneurial cult across the globe. NFED was established as a virtual organization in 2003 and has registered as a full-fledged trust in 2013 with its headquarters at Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. It primarily aims in creating enterprising communities at large in schools, colleges, and universities through its training and development activities, faculty development programs on research and entrepreneurship development, workshops, national and international conferences and seminars. In furtherance to serve the communities, NFED has instituted 2 units in 2015, namely the Center for Research and Training, a growth action unit of NFED, and NFED Business Facilitators Forum, a strategic action unit. It is through the Center for Research and Training and NFED Business Facilitators Forum, numerous programs have been instituted towards promulgating research publications, entrepreneurship development, career development, employability skills, and women empowerment. And NFED frequently engages in research and development activities by publishing research articles, conference proceedings, book chapters, and edited books on holistic research, which congregates the disciplines like engineering, technology, sciences, management, arts, and humanities. And today's international conference gains momentum with regard to research integration and knowledge sharing in the context of contemporary research contribution towards holistic global restructuring, which is incidentally the theme of this conference. The reality of conducting any research is to impart wisdom and growth in a society. The research contributions in the past have witnessed only interim growth and societal development with lack of integration of research across various disciplines. The current global scenario is ever-changing and demanding, wherein the sustenance and livelihood will be more challenging in the ensuing years. Further, knowledge sharing through congregation of research across interdisciplines and multidisciplines for upbringing the overall socioeconomic development and progression is quite indispensable. And today's globalization has nurtured advancement in science and technology, entrepreneurial innovations, and economic practices due to IT interventions and digitalization. And this has triggered the new gamut in the research arena, and it needs to address the upcoming trends in all the sectors towards bringing in a holistic development. Hence, there is a need to gauge the overall requirements of mankind in terms of achieving socioeconomic sustenance and global stability. So keeping these above mentioned aspects This international conference intends to focus on the paradigms of research innovations in the disciplines of sciences, engineering, technology, entrepreneurship, management, arts, humanities, and other interdisciplinary contributions to have wider knowledge integration and also to envisage future challenges through a radical approach for the betterment of mankind. And this international conference gains importance by having eminent keynote speakers across the globe, which includes underdeveloped, developing, and developed countries respectively on all 3 days. And also it comprises knowledgeable session chairs for the 3 tracks, namely science, engineering, technology track, the management, entrepreneurship, and innovation track, as well as arts and humanities track. Also, this conference has been well received by the research community and academic fraternity, which is proved through a variety of papers we have received across various disciplines. And for this conference, we have received 143 paper presentations and 80 abstract proceedings from scholars, researchers, students, and entrepreneurs across 27 states of India, and which is a landmark accomplishment. This itself speaks about NFED's reach through its exuberant efforts across the nation. And I'm sure this international conference will provide you with a lot of research insights and knowledge exchanges. And I wish you all to gain fullest benefits through scholarly deliberations in this 3-day international conference. And with this brief note, I would now like to introduce our conference convener, Professor Dr. V. Sunita. Professor Dr. Sunita earned her PhD in Applied Geochemistry from Osmania University, Hyderabad. She possesses 15 years of experience in academics and research and has contributed significant work on quality characterization of groundwater and risk assessment using geospatial and statistical tools in southern Andhra Pradesh. She has authored 90 SCI journal articles, has participated and presented in numerous national and international conferences and workshops. She has delivered sessions on groundwater sustainability, remote sensing, natural science exploration, and is a reviewer for several reputed national and international journals. In commemorating her laudable academic accomplishments, she has been awarded with Andhra Pradesh Scientist Award 2020 for her contributions in the field of geology and is the recipient of Andhra Pradesh Best Teacher Award and Best Women Researcher Award Nari Shakti in 2022. Also, for her remarkable academic achievements, she has consecutively received the Senior Educator and Scholar Award, Outstanding Women Educator and Scholar Award, and Distinguished Women Educator and Scholar Award for the years 2021, 22, and 23 respectively by the renowned NFED Tamil Nadu. She is also the recipient of Best Program Officer of NSS in Yogi Vemana University for the year 2023. Presently, she is working as Professor of Geology at Yogi Vemana University, Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh. I now invite our conference convener, Professor Dr. Sunita, to deliver the welcome note.
Thank you, Mrs. Ramya, for your nice introduction. Good morning to you all. A warm welcome to you all to the 3-day international conference on contemporary researchers in engineering, science, management of arts, ICCRESMA 2024, created and powered by Center for Research and Training, CRT, a growth action unit under the renowned National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, NFED, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. So this conference highlights the holistic research innovations in accordance with the current trends and future challenges for bringing in the socio-technological transformation. And this acts as a global platform for knowledge sharing of various research contributions towards societal upliftment and global development. So this international conference encourage and promulgate the research acumen of young budding researchers, students, scholars, academicians, entrepreneurs, industrialists, and practitioners. So on behalf of the Presidium of National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, I heartily welcome our Honorable Conference Chair and Chief Patron, Karmavir Jyoti, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan, and Chairman of NFED and Conference Director, Mrs. Ramya Kandavel, Executive Chairman and Director of NFED. I express my warm welcome to our Honorable international and keynote speakers, national keynote speakers of today, Dr. Patrick Oza Oizi, Professor, Department of Public Administration, Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria, and Dr. Gurmeet Singh, Vice Principal and Associate Professor and Head, PG Department of Mathematics, GSS DGS, Khalsa College, Patiala, Punjab, India. And architect, Ms. Kavita Kulkarni, co-founder and partner and principal architect of Kulkarni, Karnataka, India. So I also welcome Professor Dr. V. Sesireka, Dean, Faculty of Management, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, SRM IST, Vadiyapalli Campus, deemed to be University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. And also Professor Dr. Syed Muhammad Rizwan, Assistant Dean for Graduate Studies and Research College of Engineering, National University of Science and Technology, Sultanate of Oman, and Mr. Nandakumar, Founder and Director, Coimbatore Consulting, London, United Kingdom. I welcome you. I also heartily welcome all the organizing secretaries, organizing committee members, distinguished session chairs, paper presenters, and participants to this three-day international conference on contemporary research in engineering, science, management, and arts, ICCRESMA 2024. I personally thank Professor R. Ganesan and the team for giving me an opportunity to serve as the convener of this workshop and of this international conference. And I once again cordially welcome you all to and wish you a great success in all your academic and professional endeavors. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Sunita, for your warm welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I now extend my hearty welcome to our Honorable Conference Chair and Chairman of NFED, Karmavir Jyoti, Professor Dr. R. Ganesan. Professor Ganesan earned his doctorate from the reputed IIT Delhi with a special focus on entrepreneurship development. He possesses more than 25 years of research experience in the field of entrepreneurship and management and has served in different academia ranging from deemed universities, engineering colleges, arts and science colleges, B schools, and international universities. He has more than 85 research contributions to his credit, which are published in refereed and indexed journals, books, book chapters, monographs, and conferences. He is a global author in women entrepreneurship whose research papers are listed in Google Scholar and indexed in ISI, MLA Citations, Scopus, ABDC, EBSCO, Cabell's Directory, etc. He has authored 2 books on women entrepreneurship development and insurance management, which have been published at Germany, and has published 28 edited books. He is serving as editorial member and reviewer for numerous journals and possesses more than 21 years of editorial experience. He has edited more than 805 research articles and chapters to his credit, which includes his editorial experience across refereed and indexed journals, conferences, book chapters at national and international levels. He has organized and hosted 3 national conferences, 6 international conferences, 4 international seminars, and has conducted 48 FDPs. He has delivered more than 250 national and international sessions on research and development, entrepreneurship development, innovation, managerial skills, career development, self-management, design thinking, employability skills, and digital marketing, and has inaugurated many entrepreneurship development cells across the nation. He is the chief mentor for certification programs on e-entrepreneurship and innovation creativity for business and soft skills courses, personality development, and leadership quality and development. He has deep inclination towards upbringing, social sensation across communities, and has hosted and organized 35 national award ceremonies for recognizing national and global talents. Also, he has an exorbitant interest in Tamil literature, wherein he has written and published Agakurals, The Voice of Self, for civility, and a few traditional poetries for societal transformation. In commemorating his laudable academic, research, and societal transformational services through upbringing entrepreneurship development, he has been conferred with the prestigious title Karmavir Jyoti by Indian Confederation of Non-Governmental Organizations, ICONGO, New Delhi, India, on 22nd March 2015. He is the recipient of PFLA Excellence Award for his outstanding service to education and entrepreneurs community from People First Leadership Academy, Bangalore, on 19th January 2019. And he has been conferred with Order of Eminence, the highest honor for his global contribution to research, teaching, and training in entrepreneurship development by the Presidium of NFED in its 10th National Teachers' Day Awards on 5th September 2019 at Coimbatore. He has been bestowed with the prestigious Pride of India Award by South Asian Institute for Advanced Research and Development, Kolkata, West Bengal, on 16th October 2022. And he has been conferred with the prestigious MTC Global Distinguished Teacher Award in Entrepreneurship Development in the 9th World Edu Summit organized by Management Teachers Consortium MTC Global in 2019 at Bangalore. He is the founder and chairman and presidium chair of the renowned National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development and founder and chief executive officer of Technovate Educational and Consulting Services, TECS Coimbatore. He is the chief advisor for Sinara Solutions Private Limited, Bangalore, and also the founder and chair of NFED Business Facilitators Forum, NBFF, and Center for Research and Training, CRT, and NFED Publications under the ambit of NFED Coimbatore. I now invite our Honorable Conference Chair, Karmavir Jyoti, Professor Dr. Ganesan, to deliver the inaugural address.
A warm welcome to all of you and my dear friends and international speakers, national speakers, and session chairs, and organizing committee members, and secretaries, and all the participants across the world. Good morning to one and all. Today, the conference, a lot of people have been talking about this ICCRESMA 2024. The uniqueness of our conference is basically based on the integration of all the disciplines and its contribution towards the research and development. So that is the intent of the conference, because there are so many conferences happening across the world, hundreds of conferences, but this conference is gaining a momentum on its uniqueness in integrating all the disciplines together and to do this research transformation, exchange of information and transformation, which is unique with our NFED since 2020. Because if you talk about ICCRESMA today, it's started in the year 2020. It is a, you can say, a biennial conference, happens once in 2 years, and 2020, 2022, and then the third conference of ICCRESMA is 2024 now. We are all in. I'm extremely glad to announce this, that is our NFED's 10th international conference is this, since 2015 of organizing these conferences under the ambit of NFED. And this has been conducted under the Center for Research and Training, a growth action unit of our National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development, Tamil Nadu, India. Today, what is happening across the world? We can talk about before 2020 and after 2020. If we talk about the transformations across the globe. Before 2020, we are not supposed to know what is pandemic all about, because we are all in the normal way of living, that is, you can say. After 2020, there are so many things which has been beyond normal. That is always many people are called as a new normal. So the impact of pandemic and its happenings have transformed the world at all spheres. That is the truth. And that is how you can see a lot of things are happening online. Even this conference is also going on online and happens for a very long time. Number two is that is this new normal has given that way. You know, if we talk about there are so many disciplines which are contributing to this new normal, especially the IT and CSE and all. But other disciplines are also contributing in the new normal. How to go about it? What sort of innovations we can take into process, and that becomes an action and it brings in a resistance in the society. That is number two. Number three, if we talk about today's research focus is primarily on artificial intelligence. Like which are the disciplines? I'm talking about IT. It's not that like that, but it is all dependent on the other disciplines, quantum computing, blockchain, digital trust, edge computing, etc. And all these are the today's research focus across the globe. If we talk about IT-oriented environment, we are all in the IT-oriented environment, and its allied effects over all kinds of research disciplines under the sciences, engineering and technology, management, arts and humanities, etc. Even the interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary researchers, what's happening, are all dependent on this sort of a IT environment. That is true. Even today, the whole conference is happening upon the online. That is a very much true. In the fact is also proved. The reason being, these disciplines are in one way or the other depends upon computing and computational techniques to understand and observe the research data. That is why we are talking more about today's IT and other IT applications and all. Also, it necessitates the creation of enterprising human workforce development for future requirements and encouraging the youths. That is the intent of even this conference also is the intent on encouraging the youth population, the youngsters and the students at colleges and universities to participate. There are so many participations like that. So many have been participating from different universities in this conference today, and encouraging youths to emerge as a vibrant enterprising communities for future global sustainability. When you talk about sustainability, sustainability talks more about the contributions in a holistic way by different researchers by which the global society is balancing by itself, sustaining. After the new normal, you can see we are all sustaining. It's a post-pandemic scenario what we are in now today. Also, it fosters the new stars in contemporary researchers and understanding the importance of holistic restructuring through the research deliberations across various subjects and disciplines, which is very, very incidental in today's conference and another 2 days to go. Also, creating a platform for the youngsters, particularly college students, doctoral research scholars, and academicians across the world to experience and perform the knowledge sharing. That is very important for the intent of the conference, to have the knowledge sharing and also to experience that effect. Somebody who is going to present today for the first time will have an effect of having the exposure towards a platform of Zoom and presenting before the session chair and getting questions and also getting the insights, also overcoming the fear factor. There are so many things happening, is going to happen today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow with all the presenters. So that gives a experience of how to do a presentation. All those things are also a part and parcel of this learning process. After thereby bringing in the integrated intellectual transformation. That is the objective of this conference. So I believe in this. Actually, I written a quote long ago. The greatness of a research work is only through its wider applicability. Whatever you do the research, unless it is applied by the wider people, wider spectra of communities across the globe, then only the research is a novel research, I can say. And that is why we are all doing this sort of a conference and making it to happen on time. You can see 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock means we started on time. And now the conference is going on. Despite of so many hurdles and all, we are all there. And also appreciate all the international keynote speakers, national keynote speakers who are all on time. And also the participants. So that is a learning. On another side, it's a learning of, if you talk about integrated intellectual transformation, then the learning should be something different. The learning should be on a 24/7, on the 33 degree or 700 degree, if you talk about the management scale, to have all the understanding of what's going on, how to equip ourselves to be a researcher, and all those things are also a additional learning process through this sort of conferences. So these aforesaid aspects are quite possible through conducting a global integrated research conference like ICCRESMA 2024. That is the truth. And the genre is very unique. That is why we are giving opportunities to students, research aspirants, research scholars, academicians, and entrepreneurs from various disciplines and sectors to be a part of this conference. Also, NFED gains prominence. Of course, NFED is doing this conference for a very long time, but it gains a prominence in terms of organizing and hosting and executing these things, this kind of online conference with the specific timelines and with the utmost quality and maintaining the high research standards. That's very, very important. That's why we are publishing only the research abstract proceedings. We are not taking the full paper because there's no time for checking the plagiarism and all. So we are going for only abstract proceedings and putting it in online and seeing that abstract is properly written, and also giving a lot of insights to the abstract publication itself. To many of the authors who have got the comments from me, they might have known this. And NFED's 3-day online international conference will provide you the research insights and expose you to different kinds of researchers happening across the world. Because when you talk about the international speakers today who are going to deliver the keynote, we'll get to know what is happening across the world. The transformation, the knowledge is nothing but it's a sharing process and gaining insights and transforming the one's intellectual wisdom and acumen and to give back. That is the knowledge, if we talk about in general about knowledge. And I once again welcome you all to the revered international national keynote speakers of this conference and distinguished chairs, academicians, doctoral research scholars, and my dear students to this 3-day international conference on contemporary researchers in engineering, science, management, and arts 2024. And I wish you all success in your academic and research endeavors. I hope that all the deliberations today will provide you the enough insights for your learning process. That is very, very important. And also witnessing your research, what you have done, and validating your work, research work, what you have done, and how to go about it in future, what sort of a value addition and inputs to strengthen your research work, so that all those things will be a beneficial factors to all the participants today and the presenters today. And wish you all success. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you for a thought-provoking address. I now have the immense pleasure in welcoming our honorable keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Patrick Oza Oviesui, and introduced to this elite gathering. Professor Patrick is an academician, chartered manager, researcher, and a community leader. He has earned his doctorate in public administration from Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma. He has successfully obtained the postgraduate diploma in education from Usman Dan Fodio University, Sokoto. He is a fellow of the Institute of Corporate Administration of Nigeria, FCAI, fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management, FNIM, and fellow of the Public Administration and Management Development Institute, FPAM, and also fellow of the Institute of Classic Entrepreneurship of Nigeria. Professor Oviesui has served in various capacities as banker, sales and marketing director, head of the department, director of part-time degree and diploma programs, director of academic planning division, and deputy vice chancellor of administration at Ambrose Ali University, as well as visiting professor at the Department of Political Science and Administration, Benson Idahosa University at Benin City, Nigeria. Professor Oviesui has to his credit 120 publications in the form of books, book chapters, articles in international and national journals, papers presented at various national and international conferences, workshops, and seminars. Currently, he serves as Professor of Public Administration at Faculty of Management Sciences, Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, Nigeria. I now invite our honorable speaker, Professor Dr. Patrick, to deliver the keynote address. Professor Patrick, we are unable to hear you. You're not audible. You have unmuted, but maybe there is something wrong with your device. Can you please check your device?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to start by thanking the Almighty God for a day like this. We want to thank Him most especially for giving us the life to be able to be alive today to present this paper. And I also want to thank Professor Dr. Ganeshan for the opportunity. I'd like to thank all the organizing committee members for finding me worthy to present the keynote address. The title of my presentation is simple. It is Nigeria, a country in theory, but countries in reality. It sounds funny that a sovereign nation like Nigeria could be said to be a country in theory, and in reality, countries. So it sounds funny, but as we progress, we'll be able to prove how and why we arrive at this topic. But let me start with the abstract, and it reads, concerns over migration between Nigeria and her neighboring nation states have been raised in the country's diplomatic and foreign policy development and articulation. Nigeria's porous border have allowed an unwelcomed flood of migrants from neighboring nation states, including the Republic of Niger, the Republic of Chad, the Republic of Benin, and so on, coming into the country illegally. So we will look at that as we progress. We have decided to situate this study on the theory of transnationalism as the basis of analysis. Transnationalism simply means, according to Randolph Bourne, who popularized the notion of transnationalism in the early 20th century. It developed out of the growing interconnectedness of people and the diminishing economic and social relevance of nation-state borders. According to Rosenberg, Buckney, and Mohammed, transnationalism refers to the process by which migrants create and maintain multifaceted social links that unite both their home society and the society in which they are now living. It is predicated on heightened functional integration and many connections or interactions between individuals, states, and institutions across national borders or state boundaries, which may impact a state's capacity. Globalization has made contact more prevalent. This theory views the increase in interaction between non-state actors across national boundary to lead to several impacts on the capability of the states. By way of introduction, we said that the extent to which a state can protect its borders from potential attackers or dangers depends on how well it manages its border. Border security is essential to defending a nation-state's sovereignty and national security against any potential threats. A nation's border functions as both its last line of defense for territorial integrity and its first line of defense against terrorism. Open borders are believed to be a surefire method for destabilizing and causing war. Well-defined boundaries are not only essential to the contemporary nation-states concepts of statehood, but they also have been determined to be important for the formation of stable nations and societies. If we look at the international law, a state's ability to guide the population and control its borders qualifies it for recognition. A state's ability to defend its boundaries determines whether it is categorized as a weak, strong, or failed state. Nigeria finds it more difficult to control its borders as a result of globalization, which is destroying national frontiers through technological advancements and altering cross-border relations. At the moment, huge quantities of goods are sold online and crimes are committed across national boundaries. The internet has not only made border control and the battle against cross-border crimes more challenging, but it has also effectively eliminated borders by allowing imports without going through customs. Transborder crimes are said to have originated with the arrival of colonialism, which reorganized people and nations into new nation states with well-defined boundaries, watched over by law enforcement to protect the economy and policy. Colonization produced Nigeria. Of course, the first prime minister of the nation once told us that God did not create Nigeria, it's the British that did. And that was as a result of the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorate in 1914. From then, a nation called Nigeria began. Nigeria now has 4,745 square kilometer international land borders with Benin Republic, Niger Republic, Chad, and Cameroon. Sao Tome and Principe and Equatorial Guinea have maritime borders with Nigeria. Others like other divided regions of Africa, the Nigerian states territories face unique challenges as a result of colonial and pre-colonial economic systems, which affect the interregional trade. Boundaries have become melting pots and hotspots for security. Nigeria and other African
Professor Patrick? we are,
nations' border are seen negatively and as porous, or have suffered terribly, as a result of an arbitrary colonial creation. Okay, there are two major borders. There are two major conceptualization of the borders. One is said to be artificial. The other is said to be natural. So the reason for this is that the African border lines that were created in sorry, let me get that clearly. Okay, I just move on. Two factors or two distinctions have been made by many scholars. That one, borders in Africa, even in other parts of the world, are either artificial or natural. Artificial is that is man-made. The natural is that is created by divine intervention. I'm speaking from Benin City right now. In Benin, we have a naturally made boundary, a kind of large moat that covers the whole of the city. Okay? We really don't know how it came into existence. There are two theories to it. One says it was dug by man so many centuries ago. The other said it just existed on its own. But the good news is that it has served as boundary, for people coming in and people going out. It even saved the nation, especially Benin City, during the crisis with Britain in the colonial era. But Oscar Martini decided to go further to say that you can categorize boundaries into four. One is alienated, the second is coexisting, the next one is interdependence, and of course, the last one, integrated. Richard's husband went further to say, look, we have four types of boundaries: antecedent, subsequent, superimposed, and natural. But the good news is that all of them are talking about two major things: artificial or natural. We also have what we call border security. Border security is the managing of the flow of people, goods, and other tangible items across national boundaries. According to Okomu, border security typically consists of the following. One, geographical control of a boundary through patrol by the military or Special Border Patrol Protection Force. This is one area where we have big problem with cross-national movements within the African region, especially within the West African sub-region. We don't have that military capacity or capability to be able to move around to control. The second one is migration by internally enforcing laws. Okay? Again, just like number one, the quality and caliber and quantity of persons needed to actually fight immigrants from coming into the nation is not there. Then you have a third one, migration by controlling the transnational movement of people. We also have difficulty there. Then we have enhancing enforcement of the migration and of the immigration and migration by law, by asking questions that assist in screening people using the border. Of course, as we progress, we will see that people just move about from Nigeria in and out without any restriction. And then the fifth one is enhancing inspection through searches to ensure that harmful products or individuals do not enter into the country. Again, we have issue there. And then the next one is enhancing management of institutions and systems that contribute to border security. We have a lot of agencies in Nigeria and within the West African sub-region that have been established to actually handle management of border security. Of course, we are not able to achieve what we ought to be achieving. We also have detecting and preventing criminals and illegal persons, goods, drugs, and weapons. as well as other prohibited items from entering a country. The whole of the West African sub-region do not have that capacity as expected. So border security, we can really say that it refers to condition of guiding the nation from any unlawful border flows that endanger a state's existence, such as illicit guns, narcotics, or migration. Stated differently, border security refers to the measures used to stop unauthorized movement of people and things over national boundaries. We don't have the capacity, and it's very unfortunate. Let's quickly look at Nigeria's border evolution. Nigeria's historical boundary development has been unstable, subject to cross-national and other global factors that have resulted in the reconstruction and composition of territories. It is often acknowledged that borders are areas where additional territorial and identity dynamics resulting from popular initiative blur national boundary lines. Border is influenced by a country's ethos, culture, language, and above all, its identity and sovereignty. Okay? We are aware that the Berlin Conference negotiation that took place in November 15, 1884 to February 26, 1885, actually shared Africa into different boundaries that we regard as artificial. So to a very large extent, that has created problems for Nigeria as well as the neighboring countries. An overview of Nigerian border management. Nigeria is privileged to have a very large landmass with boundaries with 7 countries, different countries. Today, we can rightly say that the area covers 4,037 kilometers on land. And then we have 853 kilometers on sea without appropriate demarcation and delineation. These borders were inherited at independence. Border demarcation is the process of establishing borders, whereas border delineation is the process of establishing them. Nigeria borders are characterized by their low security and porous nature. As a result, they enable illicit operations including the smuggling of money, weapons, ammunition, and explosives over Nigerian borders. I have seen this in reality. In the course of this paper, we had cause to visit some northern states where we really have all these boundaries. For example, in Adamawa State, if you go to a town called Mubi, we were told there that the major function they carry out there is smuggling between Nigeria and Cameroon. In fact, the distance between the two is just about 25 minutes drive. So you find things coming in and out without anybody doing anything about it. So the assets used to commit, in fact, because of this, you find so many unscrupulous persons coming in with all sorts of items, that are inimical to the progress of the country. The following is a list of boundary points with Nigeria, some of them. There is a demarcation between Nigeria and Republic of Benin, another one between Nigeria and Cameroon, another one between Nigeria and Chad, another one between Nigeria and Niger. These are the very popular ones. But from available data, Nigeria has about 1,475 official boundaries with its neighbors and 1,975 unofficial boundaries 1,975 unofficial boundaries. When you aggregate this, you are talking about 3,000 plus illegal entry. I mean, both legal and illegal entries into the country. This has very great influence on nations' economy and security, among others. So it has not been easy running the affairs of the nation. So why did we now say that the nation is seen as countries? There are major factors.
Kindly excuse Professor Patrick. We have a time limit for all the keynote sessions.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Kindly,
Okay. No,
please complete in 1 minute. Yes. Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Now let me go to the thrust of the paper. Why did we say Nigeria is countries? The first major point is that Africa is the centerpiece of the nation's foreign policy, coupled with the fact that it plays the role of the big brother Africa. It likes to protect and prevent negative happenings in the West African sub-region and by extension, the entire African continent. So the first major problem it has is population. The population of the nation is unknown, and it's going to be very difficult for us to know because we have 1,975 unofficial boundaries that people come in and out on daily basis. So it will be difficult to know the population. We also have policy making. Policy is a directional course of action taken by government or its agents towards solving an identified problem. Unfortunately, issues or problems in Nigeria are multifaceted, they are multidimensional, and they are multidirectional. And as a result of the daily increase in population, the target population or the clientele is difficult to identify. We also have problem of citizens' welfare. Programs and policies that are meant for the citizens is ultimately enjoyed by almost everybody within the West African sub-region who have the boldness to come in and out of the country. We also have problem of planning. If you cannot plan if you don't know your population, so there is also the problem of planning. And from available statistics, Nigeria seems to have the world's largest unproductive population. Hence, the negative vices everywhere daily that government cannot control. Universally, Nigeria is perceived as the headquarters of poverty in the world. The reason is because of the inflow of people in and out. And lastly, as a result of the inability of government to control its borders, foreigners come in and out of the country at will to perform all manners of crimes and criminalities without inhibition. They live and claim citizenship of local governments, of states, without fear. Therefore, Nigeria has become a nation of many nationalities, both internationally and domestically. Consequently, we term it as countries and not a country, the way things are now. Thank you so much for giving me your attention. Thanks.
Thank you, Professor Patrick. That was very insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I now request all the keynote speakers to kindly switch on your video so that we can take a screenshot while everyone is present. The keynote speakers, the conference convener, all the committee members, and all the participants also. And please give me a moment to take the screenshot. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I now express my warm welcome to our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. Gurmeet Singh. Associate Professor Dr. Gurmeet Singh is serving as Vice Principal and Head of the Department of Mathematics at GSSDGS Khalsa College, Patiala, Punjab. He has published 85 research papers and 20 books to his credit. He has delivered keynote addresses in Oxford, Bangkok, Paris, Kathmandu, and various cities and states within India. He has delivered more than 15 invited talks worldwide and more than 60 guest lecture sessions. He has been awarded with 9 international awards by various institutions from Andhra Pradesh, Chandigarh, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Aligarh Muslim Professional Association, Imperial College, London, and USA. He has created YouTube channel Knowledge Entertainment and has produced more than 225 videos on mathematics, mental health, memory skills, astrology, Bollywood unknown facts, to name a few. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Dr. Gurmeet Singh, to deliver the keynote address.
Thanks a lot for the nice introduction, Mr. Ramya. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. First, I would like to thank KBJ Professor Dr. R. Ganeshan and the team of NFED for giving me this opportunity to deliver the keynote address in this conference, ICCRESMA 2024. What I'm going to present today is what are sampling methods and how to use sampling methods in research. The purpose of this keynote is to provide an understanding of various sampling techniques used in research, highlighting the significance of sampling in efficiently collecting data and making accurate inferences about larger populations, offering insight into selecting appropriate sampling methods based on research objectives and constraints, emphasizing how proper sampling techniques contribute to improved research quality, validity, and reliability of findings. First of all, let us see what is sampling. Sampling refers to the process of selecting a subset of individuals or items from a larger population for the purpose of conducting research or drawing conclusions about the population. In simple words, we can say that rather than studying an entire population, researchers select a representative sample that allows them to make inferences of or to generalize about the population as a whole. Sampling methods are depending on research objectives, available resources, and characteristics of the population being studied. Sample is a subset of study population, and study population is a subset of target population. What is the importance of sampling research? There are many importances. For example, efficient data collection, feasibility of research, cost and time factor, precision and accuracy, resource management, accessibility of the population sample, validity of research findings, as well as the statistical analysis is being made easy by using the sampling methods. Now, what is a population and what is a sample?
Professor Gurmeet, your network connection is slow. Yeah, now we can hear you, sir.
Okay. The population is the target group to which the researcher wants to generalize the findings of the study, whereas the sample is a subset of population selected for study and from which data is collected. It represents a smaller, manageable portion of the population that is used to make inferences or draw conclusions about the entire population. The process of sampling involves systematically selecting individuals or items from the population to ensure that the sample is representative of the population. Now, what is census? The census is a complete enumeration or count of every individual, every item, and every element within the population. The methodology involves collecting data from every member of the population without sampling, and its scope covers the entire population, leaving no room for sampling error. If we talk about the accuracy, it provides accurate and precise information about the entire population. And if we talk about the applicability, it is oftenly used when the population size is manageable or when the cost and logistic of conducting a census are feasible. As an example, national population census conducted by governments every few years to gather demographic, social, and economic data from all residents of a country, the census is being used. Now, what is sample survey? A sample survey is a research method where data is collected from a subset, or you can say a sample of the population, rather than from the entire population. The methodology used involves selecting a representative sample from the population and collecting data from that sample. Its scope covers only a portion of population, leading to potential sampling error and the need of statistical inference. If we talk about the accuracy, it provides estimates or inferences about the population with a margin of error associated with the sampling process. And about the applicability, it often used when the population size is large or dispersed, or when conducting a census is impractical or cost prohibitive. As an example, we can say that national survey conducted by organizations or research institutes to gather data on various topics such as employment, health, consumer behavior, or political opinions. By interviewing or surveying a representative sample of the population is being done. What is a parameter now? Parameters are numerical characteristics or measures that describe a population. These are fixed, unknown values that represent the true characteristic of the entire population. And normally these parameters are denoted by Greek letters like mu for population, sigma for population standard deviation. The average income, as an example, we can say that the average income of all households in a country, the proportion of voters supporting a political candidate in a population, or the true prevalence of a disease in a population, these such things are being studied, and these are given by these parameters. What is statistics? Statistics are numerical characteristics or measures that describe a sample. These are calculated from sample data and are used to estimate the parameters of the population. These are normally represented by Roman letters, for example, X bar for the sample mean, S for the sample standard deviation, etc. As an example, the average income of sample of households surveyed in a country, the proportion of voters supporting a political candidate in a sample survey, these things are being studied using these statistics. Now, types of samplings. There are many types of samplings, some of probability samplings, some are non-probability samples. If we talk about probability samples, these are cluster samples, multi-stage samples, multi-phase samples, simple random samples, stratified random samples, systematic random samples, and many more. And if we talk about non-probability samples, these are convenience sample, purposive sample, quota sampling, and many more. What is cluster sample? Cluster sampling is a sampling method where the population is divided into clusters or groups, and then a random sample of clusters is being selected. All individuals within the selected clusters are included in the sample. The advantage in cluster sampling is it is cost effective, it is convenient, and it is logistically simpler. Applications are in public health surveys, market research, and education research. If multi-stage sampling is a complex sampling method that involves multiple stages of sampling. In each stage, smaller and smaller groups or clusters are selected until the final sample is obtained. It combines elements of cluster sampling and the other sampling methods to efficiently obtain a representative sample from large geographically dispersed populations. Advantages are it is efficient, it is flexible, and it is stratification. The applications are in national surveys, in epidemiological studies, and in market research. Multi-phase sampling, also known as successive or two-phase sampling, is a sampling method that involves multiple stages or phases of sampling. It combines elements of both cluster sampling and systematic sampling to obtain a representative sample from a large or dispersed population in a cost-effective manner. Its advantages as are clear. Is one of these is cost effectiveness. Secondly, it is efficient method, and thirdly, it is very much flexible. Applications are lying in agricultural surveys, environmental studies, and public health surveys. Simple random sampling is the best method, is the basic sampling method, where every individual population has an equal chance of being selected for the sample. Each member of the population is selected independently and randomly, with no systematic bias or pattern in the selection process. Sometimes we use random sample table for these. Advantages are it is unbiased representation, it is easily implemented, and it is statistically inference characteristic of the sample being made inferences about these. Applications lies in opinion polls, quality control, and health research. Stratified random sampling is a sampling method where the population is divided into distinct and homogeneous subgroup of strata based on certain characteristics. Random samples are then independently selected from each stratum. The goal is to ensure representation from each subgroup in the final sample. Its advantages are it has increased precision, it has a better representation of the data, it is improved comparability, comparable as to the other sampling methods. And the applications lies in education research, market research, and healthcare studies. Systematic random sampling is a sampling method where individuals are selected from a population at regular intervals within the starting from point randomly determined. And advantages are it is simple and easy to implement, it is uniformly covered, and it is very much efficient in studying the various research projects. And applications lies in quality control management, market research, as well as in environmental studies. Convenience sampling is a non-probabilistic sampling method where individuals are selected based on their convenient availability and accessibility to the researcher. It involves sampling individuals who are easily accessible or readily available to participate in the study, often resulting in a sample that is not representative of the whole population. Advantages are it is quick and easy, it is cost effective, it is suitable for exploratory research, and the applications lies in criteria determined by the researcher's judgment and expertise. The selection process is purposeful. Advantages are targeted selection, it is efficient, it is applicable in specified context, and its applications are in qualitative research, expert sampling, and clinical research. Quota sampling is a non-probabilistic sampling method where researchers divide the population into predefined categories or quotas based on certain characteristics, for example, age, for example, gender, for example, ethnicity, etc. And the advantages are its simplicity, its representativeness, and its cost effectiveness. And the applications lies in market research, opinion polling, as well as in social research. What is sampling bias and how to minimize it? Sampling bias occurs when the method of selecting a sample causes it to systematically differ from population in some relevant way, leading to inaccurate or misleading conclusions. Here are some methods how to minimize it. Use random sampling methods, employ stratified sampling to ensure representation, opt for large sample size, avoid convenience sampling, randomize assignment in the experimental studies, minimize non-response bias, be aware of volunteer bias, validate measurement instruments, consider blinding in subjective assessments, and maintain transparency in reporting. And finally, how to select the method. Define your research objectives, understand the population characteristics properly, select appropriate sampling method, determine sample size, define sampling frame, choose specific sampling technique, address your biases, ensure ethical considerations, conduct pilot testing, and finally, document and report sampling procedures. And enhanced research quality is based on improved representativeness, reduced bias, increased precision, statistical significance, controlled variability, enhanced generalizability, improved comparability, enhanced credibility, ethical considerations, and informed decision making. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Professor Gurmit. Thank you so much. That was a very insightful session. Thank you so much. I now express my hearty welcome to our honorable keynote speaker, Ms. Kavita Kulkarni. Ms. Kavita holds a Bachelor of Architecture degree from BVB College of Engineering and Technology, Hubli, Karnataka University, and a Masters of Habitat Design from BMSCA, Bangalore. Ms. Kavita also holds various certification courses in architectural conservation and historic preservation, user interface design, contemporary architecture theory and trends, and has completed ArcGIS, QGIS, and later by Avakaza Geoscience Research and Technologies, Bangalore. She has over 24 plus years of experience, and her areas of expertise include city master planning, urban water supply and waste management, as well as blue-green infrastructure. As co-founder and principal architect of Kulkarni Associates, Ms. Kavita has successfully led various projects in both public and private sectors, including Master Plan Udupi and Mangalore, with clients such as NPCIL Private Limited, Bank Note Paper Mill Private Limited with RBI, Karnataka Housing Board, BBMP, Karnataka Agriculture Department, SBI, and other private banks and clients. Ms. Kavita has also worked as an academician and consultant in BMS College of Architecture, where she had worked on various projects, including Basavanagudi Heritage Trail, development and upliftment around Koramangala Valley, and KHP Affordable Housing Layout Scheme at Mandya, Mysore. She is also a writer, and her first book on urban experience under the lens of pedestrian, Everyday Urbanism, has been published and released, and she has presented papers on urban dynamics at both national and international forums. She is also the recipient of Entrepreneurial Excellence Award by NFED in its 10th National Entrepreneurs Day Awards 2023. I now invite our honorable speaker, Ms. Kavita Kulkarni, to deliver the keynote address.
First of all, thank you for an elaborate introduction, Mrs. Ramya. And a very good morning and namaskar to everyone. First of all, I congratulate and thank National Foundation for Entrepreneurship, NFED, for having me as a keynote speaker of day one of International Conference on Contemporary Research in Engineering, Science, Management, and Arts. I'm very happy to be a part of this international conference, and I feel honored to share the dais with all the dignitaries. Most of them are doctors or Doctor of Philosophy, who are knowledge resources in themselves. Thank you, Professor Dr. Patrick, Dr. Gumit Singh, for the wonderful technical insight on research. And thank you, Professor Dr. R. Ganeshan and the whole team of NFED. And last but not the least, thank you all the participants for being part of this conference. I'm sure all of us will have immense amount of benefit on this knowledge sharing platform. Today, my address on research as a way of thinking, or a research as a mindset in terms of how research is a part of everyday human life. I've tried to keep it very simple, crisp, non-technical, and a discussion which is very local in its language, which we all can relate to, and attempt to cultivate a research mindset on a day-to-day life. I'm sure all of us would have researched in our life from our childhood till now, in terms of different areas of our interest, seeking answers to know more, to grow both professionally or personally on day-to-day basis. Having said so, in today's context, when we have so much of information In fact, I think it's too much of resource at our fingertips. Hence, it becomes very important to choose, refer the right authentic resource. Now, with the focus on the importance of having common vision when seeking holistic solutions to the complexities of today and tomorrow to first facilitate innovation. Now, as we all know, current global situation and upcoming trends are very dynamic and demanding. And today, we all from different disciplines have come together on this knowledge platform to discuss, debate, encourage, seeking solutions to both emerging and existing developments. To start with my professional field of architecture, urban design, we at Kulkarni Associates believe that the best design creation is achieved through process of intense dialogue with continuous independent research. Now I repeat, it's independent research. That means every project demands research of its own and collaboration, which is interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary in terms of different disciplines coming together to discuss, debate, and to agree on the best possible applications. And analysis, and then editing as on when required. And finally, the application of insight to arrive at the solutions which are aesthetically pleasing, environmentally responsible, financially mindful, artful, and elegantly crafted. Today, most of us belonging to different disciplines, wherein all the disciplines are very responsible in their own ways in terms of contributing to humanity. So irrespective of any profession we belong to, there is an interlink within and between different disciplines because all disciplines are people-centric. Hence, there needs a holistic approach. Now, coming back to the title, a research as a way of thinking. Now, we have two keywords, research, or Sanshodhan, it's in Hindi, and Sanskrit. And thinking, why thinking is required? It's sort of examining critically various aspects of chosen topic. At this moment, I kind of recollect a song which is indirectly suitable for the discussion. It's in Kannada. It goes like this. ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸುಳ್ಳಾಗಬಹುದು, ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸುಳ್ಳಾಗಬಹುದು, ನಿಧಾನಿಸಿ ಯೋಚಿಸಿದಾಗ ನಿಜವು ತಿಳಿಯುವುದು. It's by M.P. Shankar. A poem, a starting stanza of a poem. It talks about human nature in the face of uncertainty. I will translate the same. The moral or the meaning of the song is, it is whatever is said, heard, may be false or maybe sufficient. But when one examines critically, logically, then the truth gets uncovered in order to form the judgment. That means research as a way of thinking needs to be adopted as a mindset on a day-to-day basis for a better clarity that guides us to take informed decisions. In continuation to the understanding or adopting, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. In continuation to understanding or adopting research as a mindset, I would like to mention as far my observation goes, most of the time, many of us perceive research is more relevant to academics or academicians, or more related to those who are interested in doing PhD or scholars. In my opinion, irrespective of which field or industry we belong to, irrespective of working or non-working, we human beings have an existence of imbibed sanskar of research, that's Sanshodhan, in every stage of human life, irrespective of caste, gender, religion, culture, or region, especially in India. Now, going back to our roots or history of human beings have a tradition of sanskar that kind of displays or portrays our existence. And sanskars have been considered as an essential rule for human being. And so it's kind of mandatory need to observe this rule. So what does this sanskar mean as, which has three major components? One is Sanshodhan, that's research, Parishodhan, amortization, Parishuddhi, that's precision. Now, I'm going to relate to the first one, that is Sanshodhan, research, because of time constraint and relevance of today's topic of discussion. A human who does not observe these sanskar in one's life is kind of rendered incomplete. And these sanskars complete human life scientifically in the direction of wisdom, modesty, awareness, which enables one with the special abilities. And the research as a mindset or a way of living on day-to-day basis in any task, often conditioned for sustainable culture change that leads to successful innovations. The research mindset is an attitude of crafting clarity, embrace simplicity, which will fulfill the mindset producing coherent vision out of current trends and future challenges across domains for socio-economic development and even the transformation. As we all know, the need of R is innovation, and research plays a key role in any innovations. And research is a solitary endeavor, but collaborative, one that involves communicative, interactive, and holistic approach within disciplines. Hence, way forward is to cultivate the mindset of research. For example, when we saw a seed for cultivating rice, with it, irrespective of our requirement or our wish, with rice, grass naturally grows. So just as when we research on a particular area of our interest, we come across multiple areas of related information, which enables us with multidisciplinary knowledge. So with that, I would like to conclude research and critical thinking skills combine the abilities, identify credible data sources, gather, evaluate information, often following a clear methodology and based upon agreed approaches and objectives, analyzing the results and presenting an argument and insights based on this analysis. Thank you all for your attention and take care of yourself. I hope I have adhered to your timing.
Thank you, Ms. Kavita Kaur. Thank you so much. That was a very interesting session. Thank you so much. Professor, our other keynote speakers are not available as of now.
Okay. That's the case, then you may give a break to all those people to come and join by 11 o'clock for sharp for the session sharing for the respective paper presentations. Nandakumar is there. Nandakumar has joined. Please call him.
Oh, just now he has joined. Okay.
Yeah, please ask him to present. And after that, you can. Yeah. Yeah, he joined. Yeah, welcome, Nanda. Yeah, what happened?
Again, sir.
Yeah.
So now welcome our Distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Nandakumar. Mr. Nandakumar is the founder and director of Coimbatore at London, United Kingdom. He is dedicated to enhancing financial performance, operational efficiency, and stakeholder satisfaction. He oversees the organization's global strategy, growth, customer success, and employee experience. With an engineering background and years of experience as a software consultant, he established Coimbatore in 2010 with a vision to transform global business operations. Under his leadership, Coimbatore embarked on its journey prioritizing digital transformation and grew from a one-person entity to a 250 plus strong global family. With his presence in the UK, he plays a pivotal role in Coimbator's global expansion, establishing branches in the UK, US, and India, emphasizing his deep-rooted commitment to the organization's worldwide growth. In addition to his professional success, Nanda is a champion of social responsibility through initiatives like Coimbatore Kalvi, empowering women in technology, and promoting safer and greener schools. In commemorating his splendid contributions towards innovation and entrepreneurship development, he has been awarded the Distinguished Technopreneur Award by the renowned National Foundation for Entrepreneurship Development in its 7th National Entrepreneurs Day Awards 2020. I now invite our distinguished speaker, Mr. Nandakumar, to deliver the keynote address.
Yeah, thank you. Let me present. Okay, so I've shared my screen as well. Okay, yeah, thanks everyone for joining the call, and I would like to thank Mr. Ganeshan sir as well for giving us the opportunity to present as a keynote speaker in the ICCRESMA 2024 event. Today, I'm going to talk about marathon life lessons. As Madam mentioned, I'm a successful businessman, and also we do a lot of social activities. Along with that, I have a passion for a marathon. So based on my experience, the lessons I've learned while practicing for a marathon or while running a marathon, I'm going to share my experience today. These are simple 4 to 5 lessons which I've learned in my life, and I would like to present the lessons I learned in today's session. To start with, myself, I'm founder and director of Coimbatore Consulting. I have around 20 years of experience and 15 years as a social entrepreneur. I'm responsible for the company's growth, inception, and also providing technology services. And also I help in maintaining the client relationship. And in today's session, marathon life lesson, last year I ran a full year, 52 weeks of marathon distance. In the sense, every week I ran a marathon distance. This is predominantly to highlight how successful you can be when you do something day in and day out, or practice everything. So today I'm going to talk about that only. Okay. The first lesson which I'm going to talk today is about believing yourself. For everyone's benefit, marathon is a long distance running where the distance is 42.192 kilometers or 42.2 kilometers approximately. And it is run with passion and determination by a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of athletes, and a lot of people who take it as a recreational activities as well. Okay, the first lesson which I'm going to talk today is believe in yourself. Many people, like my friends, colleagues, or even students, college students, will ask us, it's 42 kilometers, how can you run? It's a long distance and you need real energy, etc., etc. But one key thing which I'm going to tell everyone is to do anything, you need to believe in yourself that you can do it, right? Let it be marathon or personal life or a business. First, you need to believe in your heart, saying that yes, you can do the job, or you can do the work, or you can do a particular activity. Then you will be able to take the steps forward to make the activity successful, right? Um, and marathon is all about 80% mental fitness and 20% physical. So you need to prepare your mind 80 percentage to ensure that you can give the best output of the remaining 20 percentage, which is the physical part. So start with believing in yourself. Okay. Once you believe in yourself, then you need to get started. Um, Sorry for that. So once you learn the lessons of believing in yourself, then you need to get started. So you need to start practicing. You need to start running the race, etc. So it's self-explanatory, but I think Sudhamurthy also mentioned in one of her talks, saying that yes, you can do whatever sort of belief, etc. But only when you get started, then you can reach your goals, right? So for that, first you need to get started to achieve your goals. And the next one is pace yourself. This is very important in life as well. So there will in our life, everyone will have their highs and lows, the ups and downs. So you need to pace yourself. So there will be certain tough areas or tough situations. So in those scenarios, you need to take a moment, take a breath, assess the situation, and then move forward. And there will be certain green areas, or else the areas where you can achieve even better. So at that time, what you can do is that you can increase your pace or put more efforts, or if it's in a business, so you can go for more people, more profit, more activities. Or if it's a social things, you can do a lot of events. You can you can give more speech to many more people. So what it means is you are spreading the positive energy to a lot of young people, a lot of people who are working along with you. So that is also very important. So you need to assess the moment and pace yourself. The next lesson is invest in time. So whatever we have done so far, there is a lot of time where you need to invest yourself. So when you want to run a marathon, so first you need to do a lot of practice. So for that, you need to allocate time for the investment, or invest in the time, allocate time to do the practice. And similarly, when you're doing a marathon run, also like it's going to be anywhere between 2 to 8 hours of journey during that day, right? So you need to invest in that time. So only when you invest in time, then you can reap the benefit. Similarly, if it's in a business, so you need to invest in time to learn about the business, to deliver the business, deliver projects. So you need to ensure that you are investing the time to understand the business and also spend time to reap the benefits. Similarly, if it's a personal life, you need to spend time with your family. You need to spend time with your kids, friends, etc. So this is very important in the whole life. Predominantly, time is the only asset which is given equally to everyone. Like everyone gets 24 hours a day only. Few people might be rich, few people might be not so rich. Few people will be of good health, few people might not be of good health. Few people will have certain advantage and certain people not. But let it be money, health, or anything else. It's not equally given to everyone. But one thing, time is given equally to everyone. Like everyone gets 24 hours a day. So when you invest in the right uh, time, in the sense 24 hours a day, you need to take care of yourself with your health. So you need to sleep. And there are times where you need to relax yourself, give time for yourself. And also at the same time, you need to invest time in, let it be marathon or business or personal life, friends and families. So when you plan your day, you need to ensure that you split the times so you are able to spend good amount of time with everyone. Okay, so this is very important life lesson for me as well, how to invest in the time. And the last one, and the last lesson is about practice counts. As I told last year, every week I ran a marathon distance. So in total, I ran around 2,400 kilometers, spending around 280 hours in the whole year. And why did I do that? Because practice counts. Every time you practice, you will be able to not just beat the competition, but also improvise in your own area, right? So that is very important. Certain things you will know it day in and day out. You would be doing it, the activities day in and day out, but still you need to practice. Why? Because when you practice it, you will improvise on it. Giving an example, last year, as I told, like I ran 52 weeks of marathon distance. So I was able to better in my pace, in the sense, the speed in which I was running. I was able to beat all my previous best runs, right from 1 kilometer all the way to full marathon distance. I was able to make myself better by doing the same practice day in and day out. Similarly, when you're doing practice, you will do certain things which you know, and also you will have an opportunity to learn new things as well. Like you will be able to learn about something which you don't know so far, but you have the intention to learn it. Similarly, you might know a vague idea. Let's say you're doing a business and you want to know about balance sheets, so you will be able to know it when you keep on working on those financial terms. Similarly, in life also, you need to repeatedly spend time with the kids, families, and friends. So by that, you can ensure that you have the right bonding between yourself and your family members. So these are the life lessons which I would like to share today. Thanks everyone for joining the session. I will hand it over to Ganeshan sir or the madam.
Thank you, Mr. Nandakumar. That was very interesting.
Thank you, Nanda. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Ganeshan sir.
So I guess you're not feeling well, and despite you're available here today. So thank you once
It
again.
was a very early morning there. I think it's 4 a.m. or what is the time?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
5
Sir.
a.m.
Sorry
I'm
for putting
sorry,
in trouble.
like I was.
I called you over the phone. Anyways, thank you.
I was just connecting, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Ramya.
And I would like to take a couple of minutes if you have any questions.
Yes,
Happy
yes.
to answer the
Over
questions.
to Kavita Kulkarni, madam, architect Kavita Kulkarni, Dr. Gurmeet Singh. You have any questions? He is also wanting to have any questions to speakers. You can put it across.
I think instead of question, I would want to share a opinion on a similar lines.
Sure.
It's 100% correct in terms of how marathon and real life or professional life are interrelated as such. And as you all already have put across in a very well way, I think we are all running in a similar
Life
pace.
is for that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Just thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Over to you, Madam Ramya.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Nandakumar sir.
Yes, Ramya, you can announce if you want.
Yeah. So I guess other speakers are not available, so we can take a break now. And all the participants and presenters, you can join us at 11:10. The first session starts at 11:10 a.m. for both track 1 SET and the track 3 AHU. So everyone can join at 11:10. We'll take a break now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Patrick, Professor Patrick, and thank you to our great Kavita Kulkarni for being present, and Nandakumar, my dear brother, thank you so much for the time and for the insightful, you can say, excellent presentation on the life and marathon. I enjoyed the presentation even. Thank you so much, and we'll again catch up by 11 o'clock, 11:10 for the session sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Professor Patrick. Bye.